What's good with y'all? What's today? Saturday, maybe the 7th of December? I'm not sure. I really don't be paying attention to that shit most of the time. But anyways, y'all see this, right? I know some people may have heard of it, if you heard of it or not. But I may click the video on here. I just wanted to point out something. If you guys been listening to me, then you see what I'm saying. Okay? Alright, so peep game. December 5th is going back to September 5th, which is some significance within that, matching energy-wise. It's turned up a little bit more. Because remember what I've been telling y'all, it's a 369 thing to these dimensions hitting on a physical state, which still deals with your psyche, okay? And it's hitting at a physical state. When I be saying that, it's just like, people be like, I'm on the 50, 40, 60, 70, all this extra shit, right? So what we're going through during the age of Aquarius is the light manifesting into a physical state, just like pretty much you, okay? So a lot of things that was used to those certain climates, or what you could say dimensions, because that's what pretty much people say at the end of the day, because these dimensions are pretty much alignments, pretty much like suns, planets, starlinks, okay? It's pretty much a whole starlink. And it's either the enemy is portraying shit, or it can go back to the enemy is just trying to copy that shit. And that's how they was destroying planets and how they invaded anyways. So all we seeing is pretty much the recap. It's a whole recap within this 12 years, because that 12 years is representing 300 years. No, 3,600 years. And my theory, which I'm not even going to say is a theory, but I'm going to just say my theory, okay? So I believe that 3,600 years is the 3,693 years being a 3693 cycle type of thing, only because of 36912 representing a 360. 369 is a trinity, okay? 36912 is a 360. Okay, so you have your triangle and the circle, then a square type shit. And all these dimensions, just like tectonic shapes and shit, those are like the dimensions as they start to join. So the key they gave y'all when I was saying 6D is going to settle by April, okay? So when that settled, the seven ether cycle, or the 7D cycle, started to start. And with that, you have dealing with the 7 chromosome and carbon 7 at the same time. That's why I showed that young Pharaoh clip, because he's the only person that explained 7D, and he explained it early ahead, because he's very intelligent when it comes to the words and all types of shit. So it's like he made it was an older video, and I don't know how I ran into it on somebody else's page, and he explained what happens during 7D. He was like, fuck carbon, the 666 is going to change type shit because of the 7D light. He didn't say because the 7D light, but that's pretty much what's going on, okay? So you see, the earthquakes actually match up with it because these sunspots. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get back to that, what I was just about to say, but back to what I was saying at first. The key they gave y'all was when the 6 planets aligned in June. That was during the first 3 months of 7D, from April 27th going into May, June, then July 27th. That was the first phase, or the first face, just like Ezekiel's wheel or the dragon or the cherubim, I mean. Same thing, but they had the different faces representing a different phase. Okay? Just like the zodiacs. The zodiacs is 3 per element, and it's 4 elements, 4 phases of, you feel me? So you got your earth, fire, your air, and your waters. There's trinities for each one. So A plus B equals C. So say water and fire came together, right? When water and fire comes together, it creates a whole new energy. Okay? It produces the 3. Okay? Or the C, the gamma. Okay? So Earth, so those 2 stars come together. Let's say Gemini and Libra come together. Boom. Now that sparks a charge within Aquarius, which is that 3. So now you have your water signs. Let's say Leo came together with Aries. So now you have I think Scorpio. This is the other fire sign. Yeah, it's either that. Yeah, Scorpio. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. Y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. Say they come together. Now that's creating a new light. It's just like your binary systems. That's a red sun, blue sun, Katrina. Just like Gemini constellation, you have Castor and Pollux. Both of them come together, and it forms another alignment with another constellation type shit, or another galaxy, or another solar system. That's how it connects. And really what's going on is like dealing with a quadruple solar system, because Sirius is a portal to A, B, C, and X. And that also deals with your flares that's hitting the planet, A, B, C, and X. Because when that A plus B come together, now you get them C flares. And then when you start getting them C flares, you start getting M flares. And when you get M flares, it's bringing magnetism from the ether star to you as we go through the ether cycle. So you're going to see them X's pop up when it's denoting into a higher energy, especially them M flares too. And then it's 3 months. Every 3 months is a new phase, and every 3 months is a new face of the dragon. Reason why lion is one of them, because of the lion's gate. My eyes, yeah, it's 8-8, but I think that's another face. Okay, but depending on what calendar you on, the calendar they're on is on like some solar/lunar shit. So they plot shit like 3 months ahead, and it's called a hedging method. And there's 6 successful ways for a hedging method, and pretty much they just do surveys. It's just like if you were plugged up to a machine and you was in a metaverse type shit, everything just sounds like a survey while you're in here, like literally. But anyways, so when them 6 planets align, right, those are what you call 3 binary systems. And them 3 binary systems are 6 stars that created 3 lights, because it's 2 stars that create that light, and then you have another set, then you have another set. So when you see objects around the sun or the moon, shit like that, it's them objects, okay, from that light that's being created. So now you have 6 planets or 6 planes. Okay, that's why I say it's 6 dimensions, which produces the 6th dimension. Reason why you're seeing all these animals, weird trees, all types of shit, because shit like that happened in the 5th and the 6th period of time. But time is measurement, so matching up with that hertz is pretty much like years, and dimensions is pretty much those periods of time, what we was experiencing through the cycles, because it just repeats and repeats pretty much every 9-10 years, pretty much every 9 years. Reason why you can go back 9 years and find significant dates all around it. You can go all the way back to the 19th president, even past that. I think that's how far I went. And then it was crazy. I heard somebody talking about it. I think Rod Hayes. And then James Kaufman, and I think he was talking about some shit about the 19th president, that every president or some shit after that was like fraud as hell, some shit. It was weird. But yeah, that 9 years take you all the way back, dealing with his story. So back to this. Okay, so that 7, right? That's because in June, them 6 planes align and align with the sun. So that denotes that's a +1, just like numerology. Okay? Just like numerology. It's a +1. So now it's denoting the 7. It's just like the pyramid, delta, that A plus B equals C. This is supreme mathematics. That A plus B equals C. That tip is like the 3. But the whole thing about the tip is it always denotes itself into a higher state. That's what you get your 4. Then you get your 5 like that because it's a 6. And then that produced the 6. And from that, it goes higher and higher and higher. And it might seem like a repeat when it's like numerology and shit, but it just keeps connecting and keeps connecting. That's all energy does. If it doesn't die, it's denoting itself into a higher state, at least trying to, especially when you're dealing with this type of sun or light. Fuck the cold. The cold, they're manipulating that from the heat. It's just more stronger during this time, so you could produce more coldness from it. It's kind of harder in the summertime. So look, so that 6 plus 1 give you 7D. 7 planes, 7 dimensions, denoting 7 ether on a physical state. So I gave y'all spots a long time ago. My video had a lot of clicking when I looked back at it, and then a lot of them got deleted, and I showed y'all when it was getting deleted, and I stopped doing that. After a while, they start going through my old videos, deleting shit. I made a video about how the slave trade was, and they deleted the fuck out that shit. It was the real routes, I guess. Not even I guess, it just made more sense. That's how I realized China get a lot of shit here real fast. Through Canada. But anyways, yeah, they probably shot with their ass too. Now they mess with South America. But look, so getting back to the point. So that denotes a 7.0 magnitude. When y'all saw last year and the year before, I mean, sometimes it got the 7s in other countries, but that's because it was trying to denote itself. When X is hit, it denotes a higher state so it could start to settle. Okay, so but you saw really more 5s and 6s. Now we're dealing with the 7D cycle. We're at the 9 state with the 7D cycle, meaning January 27th through April 27th is the whole rebirth, meaning the energy is going to be crazy and it's going to be denoting itself into a higher state, just like how it is now. The energy about to pick up now, as you can see. But look, that deals with the 7D. But you see this spot that all of them have right there. You see where it's marked at in the sea? The reason why they're saying tsunami? There's lands under on these spots, like all the sunspots that hit. This is one of them. This is the 144 degrees dealing with the angstrom that's hitting. The angstrom is the protons and electrons that's hitting. Okay? The angstrom symbol is the angel sign for Los Angeles. Okay? Baseball, from energy that's hitting at a M flare baseline. It kind of went down to the seas, but that's how they always try to throw niggas off. They be hiding shit too. At the same time, NASA and them, they be hiding shit. So these spots dealing with the Mu lands, because it's a Mu simulation, which ties to the Unum. But the Mu is the moon. The moon ties to the brain frequency, to the brain, dealing with the water and the ground frequencies. Reason why it manipulates the ground and the seas when you're the reflection of that, because that's tied to your nervous system. It can interrupt you until you know thyself, thy energy, and thy enemy. Now you manipulate it, because it was always in your control till these niggas slid in with the codes. But the thing is, they have to tell you the truth and lie, just like your dreams do. Okay? Especially if you're in a lie, it's going to pop up like that. If you're not, it's just going to become more sense. Like, if you really wanted to just, like, actually be in them places where you self and learning and all types of shit, like, and that I was waking up just knowing shit, you have to be in truth first. Okay? Because that's how your chakras align up. That's the energy it operates in. So if you're operating as a liar, no. I mean, lies could be manifestations, which people forget about. But the whole thing about manifesting the old and shit that you don't want, all the negative shit, is because you have to work on the art of detachment. Detachment is the key. That's how you even clear your chakras. You can strengthen them physically, but mentally, you have to clear them out, detach, because that's an A and a B. And when you do, you see. And when you see, that's the A in, right? From Omi, dealing with a micron. And Kron is dealing with this systematic system that's going on. So that's when I be saying, well, a lot of people saying, oh, this is simulation. The sun is denoting memory, or Nibiru, however you want to say it. It's denoting memory with this sunlight, and it's coming through these dimensions. But these dimensions are set to a different timeline. So 1 through 9, or 1 through 9, or like 1 through 11 deals with 3,693 years. So that being said, that's the dimensions niggas dealing with, because that's when 3,600 years ago, dealing with this memory. But it's like a dream, how it's being reflected. Okay? But all these sunspots around the 360 is sacred numbers, like 77, 72, 45, 36, 33, like all those numbers, 222, all types of shit is sunspots. But you have to match it pretty much kind of with the sun in the degrees, because it's still at center point, 0 degrees. So 0 east, it might be 0 north and 144 degrees east ties back to this section right here. This one I was writing shit down in that little red book. People, I don't know, it seemed like people was ripping pages out. I was losing pages. I lost the book a couple of times. Still got it though. And if it's still in my car, we can go over that shit later. But look, I just wanted to show y'all what I've been saying. This is a sunspot, the 144 degrees sunspot. There's land under here, and every other spot is bases. Okay? It's either they be manipulating them bases, and they're like Dr. Evil layers, because all of them are deltas. For example, This is a delta because it denotes a higher energy. Okay, and that's what delta means in science. Math, it means, as a symbol, it means change. Okay, and the X means movement. So triangle X means change and movement. Okay, so when we have this sunspot right here, that's a place that denotes higher energy. Okay, and that means it's land, because land is trying to rise up, which is the reason why it's going to cause that type of tsunami. It's trying to rise all around the Americas. There's land on the whole East Coast. There's lands and mountain pyramids, all types of shit that go all the way down to the Bermuda. I believe it was pyramids all around the motherfucking continent, from the outside to the inside. And it created a certain energy that just gave power to the whole planet. And now they're trying to do that shit with little Tesla shits. You feel me? I mean, we're already generating this whole shit already, houses and shit. But where's that energy coming from? Naturally. They're just manipulating it and putting more money on it. That's why everybody get into business. There ain't gonna be nobody really shopping with nobody, because niggas gonna have a business. It's gonna be the ones that don't. But when people realize your name is a business, you're gonna start operating more of a business way. And then you'll start to see it was all business this whole time. Okay? But yeah, this dealing with the Mulans, bro. That shit trying to rise up. It's all through there. All these sunspots in Mexico. Thing about it, if this flare was bigger, well, I don't even know what hit right there. But at the end of the day, you're dealing with 7 planes of energy, which deals with the density levels and all types of shit. So, like, whatever hit, I don't know what type of flare hit right there. We could find it real quick if I want to. But I don't know what type of flare hit right there. When was that? There it go. What the fuck did I just see? It's crazy. But look, yeah, let's go see about the solar flare. You be covering the earthquake, solar news, just be talking. I used to watch it all the time. He fucks with me too. So I'm a very intelligent person. Shout out to him. Went live, but the live got deleted. Shit we was talking about. I don't think he went on for like a week or so. I don't see no flares. That's crazy. He usually got flares up. But, yeah. That's 7D. Let's find this young Pharaoh shit, actually. Then we can end that. It's actually it's on my damn video. So I can never like really find it. Man, them shit's locked. I might be watching it anyway. Need to. Yeah. Skinny as hell. That's when during the summer I didn't even realize, like, I was eating the sun so much. I just wasn't working out. I smoked a lot.
Looking at some other videos of
Room all dirty and shit. I just wanted to hop on. So I be in the sun, bro. Just get me in this energy. You feel me?
but that represents
I don't even feel like
well
doing this shit.
represents.
End up doing this shit.
Peace, family. This video right here is about current formula in which we all melanated beings are being recomposed or reconstructed to at this current time, at this very second as I speak, as you watch this video. Now, assume that you watch my video, Unified Field and Solar Ascension. You understand where I'm coming from. Now, with that being said, everything in the universe, all physical matter in the universe is made up of carbon-12 to carbon-14. Those two carbons, but primarily carbon-12, makes up 99.9% of all matter in the universe. Now, what's happening is the sun is hotter right now in recorded history than it's ever been in recorded history. And what it's doing is it's emitting photons at a level which is so high in its vibration that it is actually causing physical reality to speed up as we know it. So anybody that knows anything about carbon radio dating and how they rate things based upon how many electrons they give off, which I gave a broke down in my video Energy Prison. You know that scientists are actually no longer able to accurately date their architectural findings because things are decaying so fast. So what's actually happening is the sun is causing atoms to break down at a faster rate. Reality as we know it is actually speeding up. Now, why is this important? Usually, when an atom wants to become non-radioactive, it gives off an electron. Well, the sun is so hot, it's actually opening up another frequency of density, which I'm going to be breaking down in the next video I post in regards to our DNA and density levels and DNA strands, which become a lot due to density levels in the sun. But with that being said, the atoms are actually becoming less dense, so at a higher rate of vibration. So this vibration is so high, the atom can't even give off an electron in order to become non-radioactive. It has to give off 5 neutrons. So right now, when you hear everybody saying, "Oh, it's the chemical formula for melanin: 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons," that's carbon-12's molecular structure. Right now, carbon-7 is 6 protons, 6 electrons, and 1 neutron. So actually giving away 5 neutrons. Now, anybody who studies science, studies atoms, that shit is crazy. Atoms never give away neutrons. This is like a rarity. So for that to happen, this shows you the extreme heat that the sun is actually manifesting or shining on a planet Earth in our physical paradox of reality. Now, how does carbon-7 relate to the Aquarian ascension? Because the Aquarian age is the age of spiritual enlightenment. Now, your soul is an extension of the solar system, the sun. So that being said, you are a piece of electrical intelligence which inhabits the body and controls it through its nervous system for a designated amount of time. Now, the soul, as we know, is imprisoned by the body. So the body actually limits the soul's ability to express itself on this paradigm due to the density of the body. Now, the chakras are actually the spiritual valve which contain and help the soul input and output energy from the solar system onto this physical realm. So what's happening is, in this age of light, because the sun is traveling 70,000 kilometers, aka 137 miles per second, around the galaxy. Every 2,160 years, we enter a different zodiac house. So for 2,160 years, we were in the house of Pisces. Now we're coming to the age of Aquarius. Remember, zodiac signs are constellations that form a particular pattern that the sun passes through in its travel around the galaxy. It takes us 24,920 years to travel around the galaxy. Remember, each star is actually a sun. So these stars, aka the Aquarian age, the Aquarian zodiac sign, for the next 2,160 years is going to be influencing the physical and mental totality of all consciousness on the planet. Now, when we're talking about physical, we have to understand that physical reality is designated by sunlight. Depending upon the degrees of the sun or the amount of electromagnetic waves that are constantly coming in contact with organisms, determines the physical manifestation of that organism, as well as the density level of the atmospheric realm of the planets that those organisms live on. So that being said, the density level of the Aquarian age for the next 2,160 years is going to be lighter because the frequency is so high. So that being said, all physical organisms are going to have to become less dense in order to survive. Now, Europeans cannot make this shift. This is why they're getting sun cancer and they're dying at such a high rate, because anatomically they cannot become restructured because they're stuck at density level 1, which I'll break down in the video I'm getting ready to make called light evolution. So that being said, when we're dealing with carbon 12, because I'm trying to stay on point without going off. When we're dealing with, carbon 7, carbon 7 is the physical atomic structure of your spiritual kundalini energy. Now, you have thousands of chakras. We're not going into that. We're going into the 7 main chakras that's in the body. You have the first root chakra all the way up to the 6th chakra is from the right side of your body, which is protons, masculine, and then from the left side of your body, which is electrons, feminine. So positive and negative, remember, doesn't mean good or bad. It means masculine and feminine. So the first 7 chakras are actually masculine and female, aka proton and electron oriented. Your 7th chakra, which is your crown chakra, is actually neutral. So why is it important? Carbon 7 is the physical manifestation of the chakra system. So your body is actually biologically recomposing itself to fit the soul in a more fitted and suited manner in order for it to exist in a physical body for the next 2,160 years in what we call the age of Aquarius. So 6 protons, 6 electrons, 1 neutron is the physical formula for carbon 7. You have 6, the first 6 chakras are masculine orientated by 50%. The other 50% of them 6 chakras is feminine orientated. So 50% of your chakras are run by protons. The other 50% are run by electrons. And then you have the 1 neutral chakra, which is the crown chakra, which all of those energies actually exit out of the crown and the skull and commute back to the atmosphere. So once again, your body is actually becoming biologically recomposed to house yourself, which is the soul, in a manner to which it's able to actually physically express itself. Once again, this is the age of spiritual enlightenment, the age of ascension. Biologically, we are ascending into our light selves, which I'm going to go into once again in my video called Light Evolution. I'm going to go ham, so don't worry about it, family. I'm going to break it all down with the DNA. But with that being said, carbon 7 is the new isotope and paradox for all carbonated organisms to exist for the next 2,160 years. So y'all need to get real familiar with that. 666 is out the window. 6 protons, 6 electrons, 6 neutrons is out the window. So now why is carbon 7 important? You have to help charge yourself anatomically in order to help yourself biologically make this shift. If you are not at a certain frequency level, aka if you are not at 578 hertz frequency specifically or more, at this period in time, as Nibiru is ascending, you will not make this shift. Your body will not be able to recompose itself because it will be either toxic, aka when you make your melanin toxic, melanin becomes toxic from doing drugs or eating bad foods. It becomes inactive and it doesn't work. This is why some black people today is getting skin cancer. That you should never get skin cancer as a black person. That's like a goddamn fish drowning. Never. That should never happen ever in the history of history. So that being said, your melanin becomes toxic and it becomes dormant and inactive, and then it doesn't interact with light and absorb the electromagnetic spectrum in its proper manner that it should, because you're eating unnatural things or intaking unnatural things such as drugs, cocaine, crack, Molly, cigarettes, not let alone the goddamn food that y'all eating, the poison that y'all putting in y'all goddamn Cheetos don't burn. I'll be seeing y'all give y'all goddamn children Cheetos. You can't even burn a goddamn Cheeto. So that being said, you go watch my lecture I gave titled The Melanated Body, you'll see that I broke down the exact time that it takes for the body to actually restructure itself anatomically. For example, it takes exactly 60 days for your brain to actually replace all of its atoms. So if all the fuck you've been eating is Cheetos and goddamn fruit roll-ups, that's all the fuck your body got to use. That's all your body has to replace itself with biologically. So you won't be making this shift because your body would never accept that as unnatural. So your body will become non-alkaline and acidic, and alkaline is just a word designated to foods which have an electrical charge, such as fruits and vegetables, and that this electrical charge helps to actually power and charge your cells and your atoms. See, yo, eating alkaline would be the equivalent to keeping the battery in your car healthy. A dead car battery won't start. And if your car battery might not always be dead, you have to keep cranking that goddamn key and fighting with the car to get it to start. It's the same thing with your body. If your cells are not anatomically charged by electrical voltage from alkaline foods, because we're dealing with the biological physical self, then your cells are going to be just like that goddamn car.